Folks, okay, music is off. There we go. Hello, folks. This time, we're back. Perry and the Pokemans versus Razer Blade International. I don't know if they're actually international. I think they just put that in their name because it sounds cool, but regardless. They had a player take off here, so we've got Cubano, the guy that was casting with me only moments ago, has opted to stand in. He is a player in the league, and he just casts with me on occasion for fun, so he is now standing in for them. So we're going to see this going down. It's going to be pretty exciting. Now, as I was saying before, Cubano actually made a bet with me, and he bet that Perry and the Pokemans would win this, and he is now standing in for Razer Blade International. So he's now betting against himself. So I think he's. I don't imagine there are going to be any throws coming his way, because this is just a bet for bragging rights, and I mean that'd be a little silly. But you know, he's gonna have his fun. He's gonna have his fun, and I will forever brag, regardless of how stupid this bet really is. Anyways, getting into this game here. Really looking forward to it. Game 1 was a bit of a blowout. We saw a pretty early game strategy coming out for Razer Blade International. They picked up Bane Marana on a tri-lane. They got an Abaddon, a Bounty Hunter, and a Puck, and just kind of walked around the map ganking, getting kills. And soon enough, we were looking at a 28 kill advantage, and they were pushed into tier 3 towers. And after another demoralizing team fight, Perry and the Pokemon tapped out, called GG, and that was it. So yeah, they have a lot of momentum from Game 1 heading into Game 2. We'll have to see if Perry and the Pokemans can turn that back around and try to take a game out of this. So, anyways, we got Death Prophet, Slark, Dazzle, and Bristleback all being banned out right off the start. Now, once again, very strong picks in today's meta. Dazzle, very underrated, but he has been picked a lot by a lot of teams lately. I think the winning team in the Tactic Hive Dota 2 Cup, which I casted last weekend, they played Dazzle in every single game they played that day. And it was just because it was easy to draft, nobody banned it, and it just offered their team so much in terms of armor, in terms of the Shallow Grave, in terms of this, in terms of that. They just rocked it out, and ended up getting themselves a convincing victory, won that tournament, and ended up with a set of brand new mice in their pockets. So if you haven't seen that, check out the VODs. They're on my Twitch channel. But anyways, getting into this game, we got Crystal Maiden getting picked up first by Razer Blade Int. They're going for that really strong, solid, consistent support player, that character that we've seen quite a bit. Clockwork getting snatched up by Perry and the Pokemans, so they've got that nice, strong offlane ganker with the rocket players for the harassment and stuff. And I like the Clockwork. We'll have to see if they got someone to play it and make it really happen, because Clockwork is a very execution-heavy hero. You got to decide what's good to go in on and what is not. You got to aim your hooks. You got to land them. You got to be everywhere on the map. So gonna be a good one, but anyways, towards these next couple pickups here, we'll start to see the draft shape up. We got a Venomancer on Perry and the Pokemans as well, so grabbing that Veno support. I don't think they actually touched him in the latest patch. I'm gonna actually confirm that right now, because I'm curious what they would have done to him if they did do something to him. I'm trying to recall off the top of my head, and I don't think they actually touched Veno, but yeah, he's always been strong. He's been strong in the last patch quite a bit, and he fits into push strategies really well, just because he kind of actually not really push strategies, but he works in strategies where you want to stall and kind of hold out lanes. So in games where you want to pick up something like an anti-mage or a hard farmer like Medusa or something along those lines, Venomancer is just really good for kind of stalling things out. So fantastic hero, but I've got the patch notes open here. Let's see if they actually did change him. I don't think they did. Venomancer base damage reduced by 5, base HP regen reduced from 0.75 to the default 0.25. Okay, so gets a little bit of nerf to his HP regen and a little bit to his damage. So that's just kind of laning presence in general. Doesn't affect his wards, doesn't affect his gale, doesn't affect really anything that anything about his scaling. So just kind of his level 1 and his first couple levels in lane are a little bit worse off, but you know, that doesn't make too much of a difference right now. That's about it. So anyways, Timbersaw snatched up by the Razer Blade International team, so they got themselves that probably offlane Timber, offlane Timber. Now I'd like to see this. I'd like to see how this plays out, because generally Clockwork beat Timbersaw in the offlane. Now, there are obvious exceptions. Timbersaw does a lot more burst damage, and so if he gets the jump on Clockwork, he can definitely get a kill in this lane. But, I mean, if it comes down to it and both heroes walk up with no creeps present and start smacking on each other, and Clockwork gets a cogs off on the Timbersaw, Timber is probably going to die. He won't be able to get himself out of cogs because that battery assault will stun him out of his Timber chain whenever he tries to do it. And, I mean, when you're solo in a cogs against a Clockwork, you just take so much damage that you're just not going to get out of it. So, Timbersaw, like I said, he's a good hero, and once again, if he plays the lane smart, can beat and or trade evenly with the Clockwork, but he's going to have to be careful, especially if there are ganks coming in. We have yet to see what the other supports and mid laners for parrying the Pokemans are, so if we get a couple that are really active on the map, something like an Alchemist that likes to gank a mid lane Puck, or who else? Storm Spirit, something like that. That's really ganky and will be moving around a lot. Then we could see the lane go either way. Heading into the second set of bans now, the Outworld Devourer, the Outhost Demolisher, the OD has been taken out and will not be seen in this game, and rightfully so. Does a lot of damage. He's kind of just a guy. He does his things. And Storm Spirit panned out, so getting rid of that really mobile ganker that I was talking about, the Doombringer, taken out as well, so they don't have that hard lockdown for the Timbersaw and the Crystal Maiden. Understandable. If you get a Doom off on Timbersaw, it's really hard to finish him off, because I do believe that negates reactive armor from prevents reactive armor from stacking up any further, and will mean that he can't Timbersaw away or anything else. So makes Timbersaw really squishy, really hard to get away with. But Invoker also banned out by parrying the Pokemans. Hearing that, if you're in those couple mid laners and now looking towards the mid lane, it's going to be an interesting draft here, because Storm Spirit, Invoker, and OD have all been taken out, as well as the Death Prophet. So those are some of the top tier mid heroes right now. There's still, there's still Puck, there's still Shadow Shaman mid if you want it. There's a Venomancer available. There's a lot of options, but kind of off the menu, and so we're gonna have to see what the mid lanes turn up to be. Could be interesting seeing what they choose to go for. I'd like to see something kind of creative, like a mid lane Naga Siren, or like a mid something, mid Clinks maybe, Necrolite, Night Stalker. Those would all be really interesting picks. I'd love to see that, but anyways. We'll see. We'll see what they choose to go for here. Both teams grabbing an offlaner and a support now, so they're looking for another. Each team looking for another support, a hard carry, and a mid laner. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Not many, if any, carries have actually been banned out of this pool either. So we could still be looking at a very scary hero for both teams. There's still Luna in the pool. There's still Nakes in the pool. There's still Juggernaut in the pool. There's still Gyro, Marana, a lot of heroes. These guys wasting a lot of time with their picks, making me have to fill a lot of time, making me talk a lot. These dirty bastards. I know they don't mean to. They mean all the best, but really taking the time to think about this. And 10 seconds left in your reserve time. That's a little low to be dropping if you got an idea what you're doing. And they grabbed the Shadow Shaman, so I think that's probably going to be a support Shadow Shaman. I was mentioning that he can go mid, but I think in this scenario they're probably going to be heading him off towards that offlane with the Veno. Or not offlane, the carry lane. Whether that chooses to be the safe lane or the off lane, we have yet to see. If they pick up a more aggressive carry like a Nakes or a Juggernaut, I'll be inclined to believe that they're going to go aggro try, but they've also got the ability to go safe. I mean, Shadow Shaman benefits from the golden pulls. Venomancer can stall out the lane with wards, and they can just kind of keep the lane as safe as possible and get whoever they choose to go for farm. So it'll be really up to the carry to see what kind of lane this is going to turn out to be. Like I said, they could pick something like an anti-mage and just have him farm, and that would be a very safe lane, but they could also go aggressive with something like Clinks, a Nakes, a Juggernaut, even just like another support to dish out the damage, like a Lina or something, would work pretty well. So they've got options, but I think for now it'll probably be safe. Venomancer's not known for being very aggressive. I mean, Gale is a fantastic aggressive spell, but in general, he plays a little bit more defensively. Either way, dropping down to 9 seconds, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 in their reserve time, and they grab themselves a Naga Siren, so wasting a lot of time looking at these picks, and they're going to have to make their next 4 picks with haste, because if they let that time run out, that is going to be some major problems. Nobody wants to random in a draft, and I mean, I've been in this position before where you're drafting and you just you're going back and forth, and you're like, I don't know what's good, and you're looking at their picks and it doesn't really tell you anything. Like Timbersaw Crystal Maiden, it's like, what do you do against that? Those are pretty standard. There's nothing clear cut. I'm not sure what my draft's doing. I don't have strategies, so. Like I said, I've said this in a lot of my personal videos, it's always good to come into a draft with an idea of what you want to do. Otherwise, you end up in a scenario like this. And if you have a game plan that you want to go with, if you say, I'm thinking this hero, I want to draft around this hero, say I want to pick up an anti-mage. Okay, well, we need safe heroes to keep the anti-mage safe. What's safe? Venomancer and Shadow Demon. Very, very defensive supports. We'll pick those up. Okay, those work well. Okay, now we need something that can stall out lanes. We need something that can hold off crowds. Okay, what can we do for a mid laner that will hold out our lanes and give us some space? Well, we can go a mid lane Gyrocopter, because he clears waves really quickly and he can farm up boots travel really quick. Okay, now what do we do for our offlane? We still need something to keep waves back. What do we do? Okay, what about a Prophet and etc. So you can kind of think like that as you head into a draft, and it can really start from anywhere. Like I said, you can just say, oh, there's a hero that I want to play, or one of your teammates can say, I want this hero, and you can say, all right, we'll work around that. Or you can just think about strategies. You can say, all right, well, we want to push early. We want to finish this game in 10 minutes. You go, okay, well, all right, you need a Pugna, you need a Leshrac, you need a Nature's Prophet, you need an Enigma, and you need a Death Prophet to do that. So, draft that. Or, there's strategies that revolve around a draft that you should keep in mind going into this. Because like I said, I mean, both of these teams running down to the very, very last seconds. I mean, 5 seconds of reserve time and 2 seconds of reserve time heading into the last picks. It's not a position you want to be in. But anyways, Lifestealer was a pickup for Razorblade, and Clinks was a pickup for Perry and the Pokemans, and they grabbed themselves a Razer as well. So what I'm assuming here is we're going to be seeing a safe lane Clinks, which actually is very aggressive. I was mentioning him as one of the aggressive heroes. He could go aggressive, so we could be seeing a Venomancer Shadow. Oh no! Never mind, I'm dumb. Clinks going to the mid lane. We're going to see Shadow Shaman, Venomancer, and Razer going to an aggressive tri-lane. I'm 95% sure of it. They're going to be running towards that Lifestealer, going to try to shut him down, because
10 seconds remaining.
That's kind of it. And this is the reactionary part of a draft as well. Because as I was saying, it's good to have a game plan. It's good to come into a draft knowing what you want to do and start drafting around that. But you got to react. I mean, because if they were gonna, if Perry and the Pokemans were planning on drafting, say, farming Alchemist or farming Luna, and then say a Storm Spirit for mid, that just doesn't fly against Lifestealer. Lifestealer will wreck both those heroes. So you got to adjust, you got to pick them apart. And Clinks and Razer, both fantastic heroes for shutting down the Lifestealer. Got Burning Spear, or Searing Spears, Searing Arrows. Blech. Searing Arrows will go through magic immunity, so Lifestealer is not immune to that as well. Razer can Static Link, steal all of Lifestealer's damage, and make him pretty irrelevant. So they go with a Viper, and I'm curious how their lanes are going to pan out now. Naga Siren and Crystal Maiden going to be the supports. Lifestealer probably going to be the safe lane carry. However,
10 seconds
with
remaining.
this Viper pickup, it makes me think that they want to stick that Viper against something else. Actually, no, Viper will be hit mid. I don't know if Viper trades really well with Clinks, though. I've never seen that matchup. We'll have to see in a moment, but anyways, getting right into this game here, we'll introduce the players. We got Burn playing up on the Clinks, how appropriate. Game Fiend up on the Razer. We've got Charmander Char up on the Venomancer. Ash going to be playing that Shadow Shaman, and Sir Christmas on the Clinks, or on the Clinks Clockwork. Yeah. We got Captain Pitball playing on that hard carry Lifestealer. We're going to have A1 going to be playing on the Naga Siren, and Hippon? High bracket P-Pon? I don't know. That guy. We're going to have Cubano, a guy that was talking in my ear before, talking to me about stuff. He's going to be playing on that mid lane, and Wind Pulse on the offlane Timbersaw. Now, I think Wind Pulse is a stand-in as well, so Razorblade drafting in a couple players to fill out their roster as they were a little bit short. But anyways, getting into this game now. We got the supports heading down here to play some wards. Now, are these supports going to rotate up top? They probably... Oh my god, they're going to run right into the enemy team. They're spotted out, ping's coming out, and oh, they back off. They think there's a lot more there than there are. If they had somebody sitting right here a second sooner and saw that it was only the 2 supports, that would have been a double kill right off the bat for sure. I'm almost... Actually, maybe not a double kill. But anyways, yeah, they back off, so no blood going to be spilled pre 1 minute. And, there we go. There we go. Venomous grabs himself an illusion rune. We'll send one up into the enemy jungle to see what he can get done there. Are they going to think that's real? They are just running away from it, so they might not realize. But anyways, we got the Shadow Shaman just hiding in the trees up at mid. I wonder what they're trying to do. Are they trying to get a gank off mid or go top or something? I don't know. Wait, Razer's mid? What? Why would they put the Razer mid? Razer don't work against Viper. Viper gets so much harassed and he stays so far back, and I don't know about this one, boys. Like the Clink should have been mid and the Razer should have been beating that Lifestealer up, because you got a good lane for shutting down Lifestealer, and Clinks would have been absolutely fine against Viper. Like I said, I don't know how they trade, but I don't think they trade poorly. I mean, Searing Arrows and Nether Toxin, or Poison Attack, will just kind of go back and forth. But they're smoking up now, and they look like they want to pick off this Viper right off the bat. They're going to sneak right around in here, and you'll see this in just a moment. If that Viper gets himself a little bit too far forward, then he will get caught out for sure. There will be shackles in a moment on this Shadow Shaman, and then the Viper will come in with the Venomous Gale to finish this off. Now they got to move quick, or else their smoke is going to pop off. It does right now, and Viper sees it. Yeah, that... Actually, okay, so Viper escaping there was the direct result of the recent patch. 6.8, the dust, or the smoke duration that you get to stay stealth went down from 40 seconds to 35. And we saw just the last second as he was moving in, he got revealed just outside the range. If he was like right here, it would have normally been revealed, and he was right here, and it wore off, so he got revealed. And that was just enough that... Viper was able to spot it out and get away. So, unfortunate. They wasted a lot of time on that gank. They spent a lot of time just sitting down in these trees, just kind of dicking around, waiting for that moment. And Timbersaw's got a decent advantage on this Clinks right now. Clinks only sitting at 5 last hits, while Timbersaw's got himself 10 in the off lane. Now he does get shackled up as the supports rotate in, but the Venomancer's not there to do anything. And oh my god, Timber wants to go back in on this. He probably shouldn't, but he's gonna go. Oh my god, he's just auto attacking like a boss. And Venomous Gale comes in from behind, and this is where he was playing a little bit too greedy. He does jump forward onto the Clinks, but he's just going to get kited around the circle now. Shackles goes down, and first blood is dropped to the Clink. So Clinks grabs himself a free kill, and that was just kind of the result of greedy play on the part of the Timbersaw. Once again, I mean, he was doing all right there, and he should have just left the second he saw the supports in there. Because, I mean, you see the Shadow Shaman, you know the Viper's going to come in. Now we got a smoke gank going out. They do get the net up onto the Viper. They're trying to finish, or the Razer. Viper was beaten down on him as that happened. But Razer drops 1-1 the kill score now, 3 minutes in, and we're looking at some quick ganks making some quick differences in this game. Timbersaw getting himself up pretty far again. Pops off the salve, or the, not the salve, but the clarity of the Shadow Shaman. So that means that he's not going to have shackles for quite a while, and that was actually a pretty big point there. On the bottom lane, we just got Lifestealer farming up alright against the Clockwork. Once again, I think if they had put the Razer against him, he would have been having a much harder time. But as of now, he's sitting on top of the CS charts, 16-1, 12-9 on this mid lane Viper, so doing himself really well, and 11-0 on the off lane Timbersaw, which is something you never want to see. You should be able to zone him out, but like I said, they spent so much time on that gank that Timbersaw was able to get himself some quick levels, and is now pretty impervious to their ganks. I mean, we saw that he did fall, but I mean, 2 points reactive armor, and the Timber Chain now up. There's not much that he's going to be able to. There's not much that he's going to give up now. Down on the bottom lane, they're pinging out on the Clockwork. There's a gank coming in. Naga Siren's looking for this. Running up. Is she going to get the net? She's just out of range, and Clockwork runs himself away into the trees. He'll be okay for now, but Naga's just going to return to the lane, help Lifestealer get a couple last hits. Flare's flying out, knocking down Lifestealer a couple pegs in his life bar, and that's about it. Razer going to find himself a haste rune. We'll see if he chooses to gank with this or what he's going to do. Looks like he's heading back to mid for now. might be able to dive this Viper if he really wants to. I don't know if he's going to bother trying that quite yet, though. On top, Quink's farming alright, but not as good as he could be. The offlane Timber is actually still beating him on last hits, and he's just not having the best time of his life right now. He's having to use burning or searing arrows to pick up each of those last hits, because you know, he doesn't have enough base damage to be able to do it on his own.
Homing in.
The top lane, a little bit of harass coming out on this Timbersaw, but once again, not much he can't deal with. He's got reactive armor up, and he should be able to get out of that, no problem. Up in mid, pretty even trades back and forth. Both heroes sitting at full life. The Viper absolutely running away with the last hit though. 25 and 1, or 25 and 14 to the 9 and 1 of Razer. Viper's already 6, almost 7. Razer is not even 6. This is 5.5, which is really unfortunate. And that early gank was most of what that was, but there's still a good chunk that was taken out of the fact that Viper has just denied him so incredibly well. Got another smoke gank coming up. They're down on the low ground, waiting for Razer to come up a little bit further. I don't suspect he will, though. And he's right underneath the tower, and they're looking for it. But Naga reveals herself and will not get that net off before anything goes down. Kind of unfortunate. They wanted that. Spent a lot of time looking for that kill, but will not quite find it just yet. Anyways, pings out on the top lane. They want to get this Timbersaw. He's a little far forward, and they've got the supports in the right position. Chicken and Shackles. They're going on. Lots of damage coming on the Timbersaw here. He's going to throw out his Chakram, and is he going to dish damage? Oh, man, if he had got the Whirling Death mid Timber Chain there, he would have gotten a kill, but he does get it anyways as he retreats back. Support's coming in now, picking off that Venomancer, so 2 kills going down, and the Timbersaw gets himself out alive. That was pretty big there. That was pretty big. You know, you get ganked up by 2 supports, and you turn it around and kill both of them. Just kind of ugly. Down the bottom lane, oh my god, Clockwork manages to pick up a solo kill on the lifesteal. Actually, he falls. What did he fall to? What? What? What did he die to? Was that a stray creep? I don't think that was a creep. I don't know, either way. Clank's getting jumped on here. Lots of damage going out on him. Net and Crystal Maiden actually oh man, she takes a lot of damage but doesn't quite fall. Shadow Shaman not in a position to finish her off. Timber Chain past the tower, looking to see if he can make something happen, but it doesn't. And self popped off on Crystal Maiden here. She'll be fine in full health in a moment. But we're looking at an early advantage for Razorblade yet again. As I said in the draft here last game, they took away a pretty quick and easy victory by drafting some early to mid game heroes, and the trades were actually pretty even for a while. But there came a point in that game where Razer just started taking more and better engagements, and they just continually just started beating people down, taking those kills, and getting out with a sliver of life, and those engagements turned into bigger margins of victory. And by the end of the game, we were seeing 5-for-1 and 5-for-0 trades, and they ended up taking it with a kill margin of 28, or a kill differential, I think was the word I was looking for. Kill differential of 28, which is pretty huge, especially considering it was a 22-minute game, I think. It was pretty damn short. Anyways, Clink's throwing out some searing arrows onto the Timbersaw, dishing out that damage here. Clockwork picks up a regen rune, will probably be looking towards mid. He does have that hook shot, so if he does manage to get a hook onto the Viper, it'll matter a lot. But Viper, or Venomancer, gets himself caught out, throws out the Gale, but that's not going to matter. Razer now going on and gets the leash, but Clockwork's not in a position to hook onto that. And now, what's he doing, man? He's got to get in there, make his presence known, but Razer is going to fall. That was pretty sloppy there. He gets caught out. Cubano gets himself a double kill. And, what a guy. I said before we left that I would... now he actually gets himself caught out there. So, decent pickup. A couple of supports for the mid laner. Not fantastic, but...
Dyer's
anyways,
bottom tower is under attack.
Cubano, I said before he left to join this game that I would make sure every mistake he made was criticized heavily, and he hasn't made any yet. But, once again, he is still betting on parrying the Pokemans to win this game, so, we'll see. I might still win this. I see we got a couple new viewers to start this team, so Cubano was my co-caster for the last game. He is now standing in for this team as they weren't able to find a stand-in, and he is a player in the league. He just kind of joined me for some analytics in the first game, so he you know, he's joining in, and I was joking around with him saying, well, we made a bet on the first game, and I bet the Razer Blade was going to take it. He bet the Parry and the Pokemans was going to win it, and now he's standing in for Razer Blade. So kind of funny there. But anyways, looking to get this Timbersaw. If there is one battery cell, they do manage to cancel the TP. He is getting caught out here for sure. There he goes. He dies. Clockwork's still hidden behind the cogs, but it doesn't matter. He's not going to get picked off. Big rotation there. Big kill. That was definitely much needed. And Parry and the Pokemans showing a couple signs of life as they grab themselves a couple kills here. So definitely not out of it. Definitely not out of it. Looking a little rough, a little worse for wear. But anyways, Razer jumps in on the Viper right now. Viper throws out that ultimate, and now the net goes out on Viper on Razer, and he's just taking himself a lot of damage. He does drop. He's got no items to his name. He's got a Basilius and a Basilius boots and bottle. It's not what you want, and he's just not having himself a good time. Meanwhile, though, Lifestealer is farming up unabated on the bottom lane, which is something that Razer's got going for them in their back pocket at any time. So Razer just not doing well in this mid lane. Like I said, I think they should have gone aggro try with the Razer. They didn't really have any reason not to. They had thrown, I think if they had thrown Razer down towards the bottom with Shadow Shaman and the Venomancer. Anyways, Lifestealer grabs himself a tower and infests the creep to get out as he sees the TP support coming in. So he is safe for now. They know that he's in the creep and they're pinging it out, but I don't think it's going to matter. They don't really have anything to pop. Like, that creep's not going to die for a while. And, oh man, Clockwork jumps out onto the Naga Siren. He's going to look for her, but she casts off that Song of the Siren. She's going to pop off the cogs and try to run away there. Actually, they're going to turn this around on the Clockwork. He is going to drop in just a matter of moments. Pops off that battery cell to try to get out of this, but it's not going to matter. He's taking so much damage right now. Actually, no, he's not. The Razer has drained all the damage away from the Lifestealer. Clockwork does drop on the backline, but the Timbersaw is in here now, making life hell for the Razer. Finishes him off after getting the Clockwork, and I think Crystal Maiden did pick up the official kill on the Razer, but all the work was done by the Timbersaw. Timbersaw now chasing in, and that Venomancer picks up another kill, and double kill on him now, taking this, just running away with this. He's got himself some very juicy kills that he should not have gotten. There was some better decision making, but anyways, unlucky there. 11-5 the kill score now. Razer Blade in, running away with this. 11 minutes 50 seconds. How suitable? 11-5 at 11:50. Top tower taking a lot of damage here, and Parry and the Pokemon will grab themselves that tower gold in just a moment here. As Snake Wards will finish it off if Clinks doesn't, and he does get the gold, so that is good. A little bit more gold in Clinks' back pocket, and he's on his way to that Orchid, about 1,100 gold away from that, so he's almost got it, Clockwork now in the mid lane, picks himself a bottle, has that flowing out to him. Pressure coming in on the bottom tier too. Now, we saw in that fight that it is still possible for them to take it, because, I mean, Lifestealer was hitting for peanuts there when Razer drained all his damage away, but the problem was that Razer blew up so quickly because he's got no items to his name. As I said, he's got 15 last hits, sitting below both offlaners, and supports quickly closing out on his position. He's got 4 deaths to his name and really no items to keep him alive, so it's going to be really hard for Razer to be an effective part of this, but cool thing about Razer is that he doesn't need damage items to do damage, so if he finds himself a safe position in a team fight, his teammates keep him away from the enemy team while he gets that static link off on the Lifestealer, they will start to be having a much better time. Clink's going to maneuver back towards the top lane as I see the Lifestealer pushing in. Lifestealer's now got himself an Armlet of Mortigan, and will be working towards those Drums of Endurance next. He's got a Bracer, and grab that Robe of the Magi and the Recipe in just a moment. Clinks is here. Big Clockwork hooks, grabs in on the Crystal Maiden, but the Naga is going to be there. He needs to pop off these cogs, get Maiden trapped in here, but I guess he doesn't want to. And he gets blown up by the Timbersaw coming in here. Lots of damage going out. He Clinks drops in the follow-up, and oof, not looking good, 13-6, and two key heroes dying there for Parry and the Pokemans, the offlane Clockwork and the safe lane Clinks. Just not having a good time, man, not having good times. And this tower, almost sure, yeah, it is going to drop there. It is down and gone. And Razer's got themselves some momentum as they move in towards a tier 2. I don't think they have to worry about backing up here. They've got momentum, they got creeps, and I think they've got the fighting force, so if they pick themselves up a kill here, they should be doing alright. Now, infested into the Timbersaw. He's... oh man, they're baiting this, look at this. He's just like killing off the warriors. He's like, I don't give a fuck, jump on me. Go, jump on me. Come on, he's playing so aggressive. They know it's there too. Oh man, Courier's gonna get sniped off with the full drums on him. That's unfortunate, but Lifestealer pops up, finishes off that Razer in a matter of seconds. He is gone. And on the back line, Clank gets himself popped up. The Viper in the middle of this fight, taking a lot of damage from the searing arrows, but pops off that mech, and now they put the Viper strike onto the Viper, or onto the Clank. He drops really quickly, and that is going to be it. We got a 2-for-1 trade right there, and I think a disengagement is going to come out. Actually, Crystal Maiden might still fall here. Nope, not quite. Viper taking a lot of damage. Clockwork tries to hook away, but, well, not hook away from the Viper onto Crystal Maiden. She is still low. One more auto attack will actually secure this, so Clockwork can pick himself up and kill, but he still drops to the Viper, who is now ridiculous. 5-0-5, and what a guy. What a guy. Like I said, I told him we'd make fun of his mistakes, and he's just not making any. Shadow Shaman dies in the back line. Absolutely stupid death there. I don't know the situation leading up to it, but when you got a Timbersaw chasing, you just keep running, man. He was kind of just stalled up in the mid lane. And we are looking at 3,000 gold on that Viper too, which means that he's 1,200 away from picking up that Aghanim Scepter, and that will almost assuredly make these team fights hell for parrying the Pokemans here. Anyways, Razer gets caught out here, netted up, and the Nagasarn is just going to walk away from that static link. He does steal himself 28 damage, but it's really not going to be much. He's going to try to TP out of this. There's nothing to stop him, so he's alright for now, but that's just ugly scenario, and now we're looking at only 2 outer towers remaining for parrying the Pokemon. They tried desperately to defend. Once again, that Lifestealer's drums did get picked off on that Courier, so unfortunate for them. What the hell? This Courier's really low too. Looks like it got picked off of that secret shot by the Timbersaw. They're playing really carefully where they're going to try to get it back to base without any problems. Anyways, Clockwork jumps in on that Timbersaw, and he is actually getting beat down pretty hard there. He does drop to the Clinks, and once again, that was what I was saying there. I think he was trying to cast Timber Chain to get out of there, but just the mini stuns from Battery Assault is too much. Just finishes him off there. And we got the 2 down here defending, trying to keep off that Viper. And the Lifestealer. Lifestealer's going to hook around here and look for the Clockwork and open wounds in a second, but the cogs go off and push Lifestealer back, so I think that's where they're going to drop it. You do get the open wounds and the net out there. What was Clockwork doing sticking around? That was just not smart. He loses his life for absolutely nothing there. The Razer trying to get the static link off, but he links Viper, and Viper, dishing out a lot of damage. Gets shackled, but not going to matter right now. He's just going to stand his ground and fight. Oh, he doesn't go for the Aghanim. He actually picked himself up a Yasha. Anyways, Nagasarn walking away with this with barely any life. Crystal Maiden actually grabs a kill on the Razer as he's walking through the trees on the low ground, and the Viper, or Venomancer, is the only person left on the side of parrying the Pokemans. Now, things looking grim. I mean, if we look at the net worth tab, top 2 heroes, Lifestealer and Razer by a huge margin, almost double the Clinks and everybody else in the game. Looking at the gold graphs, we're looking at 12,000 advantage in the favor of Razer, and XP pretty much identical. So just taking this game properly at every single turn. That Lifestealer not being shut down at all in their lane, and the Razer getting continually ganked up in the mid meant that he was not a factor to shut down that Lifestealer. So Nake's just falling out of control, and he's going to have a Basher and his drums. Actually, he's got his drums coming out to him now, but he'll have a Basher soon. Anyways, dropping really low. Song of the Siren goes out. I think that was more to assure the Lifestealer didn't drop in his retreat, but full Basher on the Lifestealer as well as his drums of endurance is just going to make a huge difference for him. Sunstrike! No invokers in this game. Sadness ensues. Anyways, Quinks gets himself up a little too far, walks right underneath the Sentry Ward, and he will drop in drop here. Does he trade his life with the Nagasarn? Definitely not a good trade. And the Clockwork drop off as well as he hooks himself into that. So come on, Cubano, die, you piece of shit. I'm trying to make fun of you. It's not working, because there's nothing to make fun of, you bastard. I ping you. You can't see that, but he will if he wants to.
Middle tower is under attack.
What a guy. Anyways. Actually, Timbersaw's got the gold to finish off his Bloodstone now. I'll probably walk over to the secret shop and grab that right now. Just clearing out the trees. So we can, is he gonna hook up? What's he doing, man? Oh, actually, you can get to the secret shop from there, that's cool. I didn't know that. Like, I figured you probably could, but never seen anybody do it. Never seen anybody cut down those trees. Now, going into Roche, nothing really gonna stop him. Lifestealer's got that Basher up and that Armlet, so they're gonna finish him off. Crowd control, Frostbite, and Timbersaw tanking that damage. it is going to go down without question here. Lifestealer going to grab that, dropping a Stow Shield for it, and really no clue on the side of Razer, or on the side of Parrying the Pokemon. Jumping in on that Razer now. He's not looking too good. Actually, they sheep up the Timbersaw, but they just can't do the damage to shut him down before the Viper comes in, pops off that ultimate. Viper Strike hits, and 2 heroes down. Unfortunado. Lots of people dead. And Tier 3 tower now in danger. 26 to 10 is your kill score here at the exact 20-minute mark. Parrying the Pokemon having themselves a rough time now. So in this league, Razorblade International, actually, we'll get back to that in a second. Big engagement going on here. Net flies in on the Venomancer. He drops really quickly. Armlet Dogwing on the Lifestealer, trying to keep him alive, and 4 Armlet Dogwing results in death. That is just the death of the team. That is just the popping of the Aegis. Not going to matter. He's going to return to his team and start pushing out here. So, as I was saying before, that in this league, in the Tuesday league, okay. Alright, Razer. Drain that damage. Yeah. This game is pretty much going to be GG pretty soon. As I was saying, in terms of standings, Razorblade was right at the bottom of the pool with 0 wins in this division. They also play in the Thursday League, where they've got themselves a handful of points. Been performing a lot better there, but over here in this league, they've just not managed to grab themselves any kills or any snipes. And Parrying the Pokemans have only got themselves 2, so we're looking at the bottom 2 teams in this division. And so Razorblade, if they do indeed take this game, as it looks like they might, that will put them 2-2 tied with Parrying the Pokemans. Anyways, Lifestealer really freaking low, flirting with death here as they move up, and he actually gets silenced up by the Clink's finished off. And Clink's going to have to run himself away. He's got no skeleton walk, and he is dusted up. He's got TPs, but he's not going to survive long enough for that. He gets picked up, and Clink's drops. Clockwork bought back for that. I don't know what he's doing, man. He's got nothing to contribute to this fight. It's like a rocket fire. Actually, okay, I thought he would use that in the last fight. But anyways, Razer Ultimate goes down, trying to sap up some damage now, but he gets popped in a matter of seconds by that Viper. And Viper now beaten down on this Clockwork. He is trying to run himself away, but he is netted up, and he drops. 3 more kills. They did get the Lifestealer and all of that, but what was it worth? What was it worth? Now pushing into towards the Tier 3 top, and we're going to see a GG in a matter of moments here. If we look towards the net worth chart, I mean, everybody on the side of Razer has more net worth than everybody on Parrying the Pokemon, save for the Clinks overlapping the Crystal Maiden. And quick silence on that Naga illusion. The Orchid is down for now, and Gem picked up for the Naga to rub salt in the wound, also grabbing herself a blink dagger and start flying out to her. So now net worth clips on everybody, and Venomancer pops off that ultimate. They're trying to sap up damage, but not gonna happen here. There we go. We'll see it in a moment here. Disconnected Lifestealer. Uh-oh. Pause, please. Pause, please. No, you didn't pause. And it's Crystal Maiden, actually. Gonna take the fall here. Clink's gets a couple. Oh my god, the mechanism saves her life. And Clink's gonna have himself a rough time. There he goes. He drops. Crystal Maiden stand, because why not? Viper Strike goes out on the Razer. He dies again. And, come on, can you just, like, 4-staff Cubano into the well or something? That would make me happy. 15, 0, and 10 on the mid lane Viper, and he just had a ball day against that Viper. Just, so many ganks coming in. Viper got so shut down that it was just out of their hands. Lifestealer reconnects, and they're gonna push for the Mega Creeps. They really don't need to. I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't been called GG already. Come on, guys. Come on.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Knock down towers. Parrying the Pokemon, still playing this out. Smoked up on the Clockwork, and what's he doing? Oh my god! All right, Razer gonna jump in, make one last ditch attempt, and he dies yet again in seconds. He's got no items. No items. He's got phase boots. Phase boots and 11 deaths in 24 minutes. GG well played. Please nope. Crystal Maiden pops off that ultimate, and everybody melts. The Venomancer are gonna fall. GG well played, called by both teams. Shadow Shaman actually does manage to get himself away. Please no works, I guess. Pull that out in your pub games if somebody would kill you.
Barracks are under attack.
Please no, you'll be fine. Yes. There we go. Clockwork drops. Steeler and Fest got himself a little bit of health back, and GG called all around. So that will be it. Parry the Pokemon is going to concede this
Dire's
game.
bottom
And,
barracks are under attack.
so that is it for AD2L games tonight.
Dire's bottom
If you enjoyed my
barracks have
casting,
fallen.
please check me out on
Dire's middle
my
tower
YouTube
is
channel
Dire's middle tower
at
has fallen.
youtube.com/Cptn.Canuck. You can also follow me on Twitter at CptnCanuck. I will link.
Dire's
Or,
bottom barracks
I use
the
Twitter
Radiant
basically
now
just
have
for
creeps.
my matches. So whenever there's a game up, I'll post on my Twitter that I've uploaded a video. I do nightly content on my YouTube channel. So even if there's no league games being played, I'm always uploading a stream of a pub game or a self-analysis of a game I've played, or even just some stream recordings. Hey! They're saying report the caster. Oh, no, never mind. They're saying report Cubano because he stood it. I see. Anyways, yeah, so check me out. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all the good stuff. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next broadcast. Thank you once again for tuning in. It has been a pleasure casting for you. This has been the AD2L, and I have been Captain Canuck. Cheers, guys, and have yourselves a great night.